Alright guys, today we are back with another trading video on BTCC exchange. So today, this is going to be one of our trading series videos, and we're going to go over a real basic market function that through talking to traders, feel that a lot of them don't know or don't understand what it is or how to utilize it. I utilize it in my own way, and we'll go over that. I think it's a little better to visualize it. What we're talking about is squeeze and momentum. Okay? Now, in trading terms, squeeze and momentum refers to a trading strategy that identifies potential breakouts by looking at periods of low volatility, which are considered a squeeze, followed by sudden increases in price movement, which is considered momentum. Essentially, it anticipates that after a period of price consolidation, a strong trend is likely to emerge. That's how a lot of us spot upcoming trends. You can spot trends ahead of time or confirm current trends by using these strategies. On average, the strategy the candle look back that we are going to be doing is going to be a 20 candle look back. That is a very good look back period for just about anything. I use 20 candles on most of my trades to establish my windows to be looking for things. So again, some different ways to look at this. What causes a squeeze to happen? Consolidation, right? A crab walk. And then because of that consolidation and squeeze, what happens as a result of that? We have momentum, which causes a breakout. And then you trade on the breakout or right ahead of the breakout or after you get your confirmation candle, all depending on how you trade. But that's the basic function of this mechanic of trading, right? So there are some, I guess, pre-made indicators you can find on TradingView. One by Lazy Bear called Squeeze and Momentum. There's a few others. There's no built-in squeeze or momentum indicators here in TradingView. There is a momentum indicator, right? There is no squeeze indicator. That's okay though. We're going to do this a different way. Right now we're trading on the 1 minute time frame for the BTC USDT futures on BTCC exchange. Okay, so this is how I like to do this. Now I go over here and I want to create a trend line. I want to create a horizontal line. I'm going to take that horizontal line. At this point, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to put it on the chart. I like to keep mine blue. And then I am going to go do the same thing. I want another one. All right. So now we are going to take, first of all, we're going to make sure we have 20 candles and only 20 candles that we're looking at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. See, it moved. So we'll drag the chart back to this red one and then we'll count again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so that's 21 with that currency. So there's our 20 candle look back. I know on TradingView we can lock this. I'm not sure on here, but that doesn't really matter. It will stay like this as long as we don't zoom in or zoom out. And so it'll stay a running 20 candle average. And we are going to take this top line and we are going to put it at the highest point in the last completed candle in the last 20 candles. So this green one was the last completed candle and this was its high point, not the wick, the body. And we're going to take this other line and we're going to put it at the lowest point in the last 20 trading candles, which is this candle down here. This establishes our trading range. This is the movement, okay, and this is what we're looking to identify things. You can, if you want, at midpoint, I do sometimes put an extra line here, or I'll run a Bollinger Band, a simple moving average, middle line, which gives me where I'm looking for a bounce. Let's Let's see. Let's see if this will work. Mm. And we're just doing this live time, guys. I trade on my trading view a lot, so we're just kind of investigating what might happen here. Let's say I put Bollinger Bands out. You can see they come real close to matching our 20 candle moving average, right? Not sure what happened there. Okay, so you can see that's our 20 candle moving average. Sorry, I was just counting. There it is. Okay, now what I like to do is I like to go over here to these Bollinger Bands, and then I actually like to remove the upper and lower, and I just use this, which is a simple moving average, as my bounce, right? So this is our band of upper resistance. This is our secondary support line, or resistance depending on how you're coming, and this is our lower line of support. So we look for price action to happen. Now that we're above this line, we want to see this trend down below this midpoint and continue to trend down. You can take a play here if you have a confirmation candle that breaks under. A lot of times if we're looking for breakouts, we want it to break one of these, right? So we're in the middle of an uptrend right now, so with this moving average and the way this is trading, this is going to be our line of support, right? If it falls, it'll bounce here, come back up. But right now, we are watching for one of these candles to break this and print above it, at which point we will take a call in the direction of that trend, right? Because right now, this right here in this middle is causing our squeeze and our consolidation, right? And you can see the squeeze coming. If we were to play this out, these are minute candles, a few more candles. Look, this candle, this candle, this candle. All of a sudden our line, this bottom line is going to come up to here, and then it's going to come up to here, and then it's going to come up to here. And this is what we mean when we talk about squeeze. It's going to squeeze each line, right? This blue line is going to move up when that candle hits, and move up when that candle hits, and move up when that candle hits, and it's squeezing this, right? And then this consolidation right here is going to start bouncing, bing, 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 off of these lines. And eventually it's going to break out in one direction or the other off of the trend. And we can watch that happen in real time, right? And that's where you're looking to place calls. You're looking for those momentum shots, those breakouts above these lines. So, we can just watch. We're just watching right now, right? And see, this might rally down. You can't see the order book, but that also plays a big deal. But we'll talk about that in another video. So we're just going to watch these candles print, okay, just for a minute. And you'll see that this simple moving average, you'll see these will bounce off of it. That's what's happening now. They're getting close to it. Then maybe they'll touch it. But you don't place trades in this action right now, right? This right here, this market movement, this is a consolidation, okay? And like I said, in another 30 seconds, 20 seconds, this line's going to shift to here. And then in another minute after that, it's going to shift to here. And we'll watch this squeeze happen, and we'll watch for a momentum shot. All right, guys, so we can see now we have to take this bottom line and go blue, move it up because it has to stay touching the lowest candle for the last 20 moving candles. Just like this has to stay touching the highest in the last 20 candles. And again, remember, no wicks, bodies only. So you can see it's consolidating. It's trying to figure out what it wants to do. The buy orders to sell orders were pretty even. Now they're bouncing back and forth pretty hard. So there's no clear trend being established. All right, so we had another candle print now, and you can see we still have no clear price indication. So I'm just gonna let these print. I'll skip through this uh, until we find a nice breakout to work with. Now you guys can see it started to go up, then it got brought right back down. That was right at the tail end. So we expect that retrace of that candle to continue for a minute, which is this red candle. It's going to hit this line right here, and we're going to see if it bounces or continues down. And remember, this simple moving average is acting as a moving line of support or resistance, a secondary support or resistance. And we're always looking for candles to print, right? Print below this line if you want to try to trade inside this. Oh, see, I'm sorry, what happened? See, look. See, the squeeze happened, which is when that candle tried to rally. And it will try to rally. The market will break out. It wants to go somewhere once we keep crushing it. See, now we're going to push it to here in a few seconds, and we'll watch the market react. Okay, so the squeeze. Okay, so now we are, getting very close. The next squeeze is going to happen here. Right, and it has to do something. When it gets to here, right, it'll have nowhere to go. I expect that we'll see some movement in these candles one way or the other. See, the general trend was above this midline, so we were looking for an upshot. But it could, the market is the market, but we expect a breakout to happen trending up. But again, it could reset the trend right here in these few candles, so we just have to watch and see. Now we're going to put another squeeze on, but the squeeze, as you can see, is happening up, right? We're squeezing this line this way, which is pushing the price this way. We're not squeezing this line down, which would be pushing the price down. So we expect price action to move up, and you can see it is trying. You would be preparing yourself to take a long at this point, right? Knowing that a candle is likely to break. And we just watch. And this is the game, guys. If you're trading these small time frames, you need multiple monitors, and I like to live trade. Stop loss and all that, take profit. I just watch, especially on the minutes, because on average I don't stay in a trade for more than 10-15 minutes, so it's no big deal. Alright, so now we just printed again, and we're still at this level here, right? We'll go for another 2 minutes before it has another hard squeeze, but it's trying to break out right here. Alright, we're seeing it happen. Know that the market likes consolidation, right? It wants to settle back down and just sideways, right? Crab walk. That's what a crab walk is when the market does this, right? So it's fighting for that breakout. That momentum is building as we put the squeeze on in this direction, right? So see, it's trying to retrace back to that mid-level, but we'll see what happens now on this candle as it prints. The price action's up. See it printed above, and right there's the breakout. Now you can wait for the next candle as a confirmation candle, or you could have placed your trade right when this print happened above the line. That is a breakout, right? But you can, it will retrace, right? And some people get panicky, right? So you can wait for the confirmation candle, which is going to be the next candle to print. So that was the retrace, right? It wants to go back, but this squeeze is still happening up. So the momentum of the market is still carrying up. So we'll see where this candle goes. See, this top candle hasn't moved at all because remember, it's at the highest level of trade in the last 20 candles. So we can tell by moving the bottom line, again, that the squeeze and momentum are happening up. We're about to print again. The candle is probably going to print red for a minute. So there we go, see? And now it's hitting this line of support to push it back up, to push the bounce back up. See guys, that's why we wait for confirmation candles, right? Because the breakout did happen, but it didn't print, right? So the market, like I said, wants to pull back. So we pull this up, the squeeze is still happening upward. Now another thing to briefly note is you also need to know what your overall ceilings are and your floors for your trading range. If this is at the ceiling of trading for the last several days, the market will try to push it back down regardless of squeeze or momentum, right? It's very hard to break averages for the last 3 days or so. I haven't been keeping up with that closely, but that is a factor as well. You need to know a lot of things to trade consistently, profitably, guys. So look, now we're just going to go bloop, and now we have brought the floor up to the action. So it could now very likely break below. Like I said, again, if this was close to the ceiling of the last few days of trades, but something will happen now, right? We have completely squeezed the market down. There is no more room. There is no more movement. A breakout is going to happen in one of these directions right now. So we just get our call ready, right? Place your call amount, place your quantity, and get ready to select open or short, right? Long or short. All right, we're about to print right now another candle, and we're going to see where this price action takes us. Now, you really expect a breakout. It's very brutal when it just pings in this small gap. But while it's doing that you are actively looking for a breakout. The squeeze is about as tight as it could be. So these candles are just going to be doing this until one of them breaks. And probably it will be a good long candle when it breaks. But that is why this simple moving average is so important. The price likes to stick to this, right? It likes to bounce off of this. And there we go. We have a break. We have a print. Ooh, interesting. Now see, you'd be ready to take that long position to see where this confirmation candle. This was the break. This is the confirmation candle. It's continuing to trend up. Right now, you'd probably take a long, right? You were taking a long right here. All right, and look at that. Beautiful. Right there could have been your 1RR. right? So now what we have to do, again, we have to move this up now, okay? And now we would still be in it. You could have taken your 1RR because we would have gotten in right over here at about, you know, 587, and you would have rode that to 755. So you would have been at a 1RR. You could have taken profit right there. Like I said, guys, retraces happen. It's scary. Well, we're going to see what happens. The momentum now of this candle is down, right? So it's retracing. If we were watching and we were actively trading, we would have taken, you know, our profit right there. And it gives us a chance now to get into another trade. Because again, even though that candle wicked, that doesn't matter. We're still trading in this range, right? That was just simple one candle price action. Now we're looking for another break. Where is it going to go? What's going to happen? It normally does not retrace all the way back down to consolidation, but we'll watch. I hope this helps you guys understand market movement a little better since we're actively watching this chart now for, you know, 15 minutes or so. It's very important you keep up with moving these bars. So we have another break. But again, we're not going to trade the price action on the candle. This is, you know, we're going to let it print. It's going to print probably above, and it's going to be a hard candle up then, depending on the market right now. Oh, see? But now that green candle printed there, so now we have to do this. So now this is our line. This is coming close to becoming our line if this continues to trade above. Right. We're trying to establish a new ceiling. So this candle's trading up. But again, because we had to move this up, this is the candle that broke the breakout candle. So we want to see where it prints, or this next candle prints. We'll establish a price trend, you know, trend line then. Okay, so as soon as it prints, we gotta do this. Okay, and so now we know we've established candles printing at this higher level. So they're gonna bounce here. See, the simple moving average hasn't caught up because these candles were so large. And this is gonna shrink now up to here. Now you see how wide we opened up now. So now again, I don't like to trade inside of this. I only like to trade on these breakouts like you saw, right? We got a good 1RR. And I'm going to end it here, guys. I believe you have the general idea. The market will, in the next few candles, this line will catch up and we will be, again, these bands will close in. And you just rinse and repeat that. You watch for these breakouts, watch for the squeeze and the momentum happening, and trade on those signals and indicators. I hope this helps some of you guys out. We are going to be having constant new videos going over good trading practices and indicator sets and ways to increase your consistent profitability. Stay tuned, guys, and I look forward to talking to you on the next one.